Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alexey, and today I have a special guest, Thalia Bellazecca of Primal Fear and Angus McSix. In our today's interview with Thalia, we're going to be talking about her work as a guitar player on the latest album of Primal Fear, Domination. Also, if you want to learn from Thalia on playing the guitar on a professional level, you can have private guitar lessons with her. All links will be in the info box of this video. It's a huge honor to have you on my YouTube channel today, Thalia. And let's start our interview. How you became a guitar player?
I started playing when I was 8, thanks to my parents. It was the period of MTV. MTV was still a thing. It was on the TV, and I don't remember honestly which band was it at the moment. Maybe Queen or Pink Floyd or Dire Straits. And I was jumping on the sofa, pretending to play. Then my parents were like, "Okay, seems like you like the guitar, so let's try. Let's see how he will be if you start learning how to play." And here I am after. I don't know how many years, I think 17 years or something, maybe more. I don't know. I lost the count, but I started playing when I was a kid, thanks to my parents.
How you got into playing metal?
I was 12 there, and I was just curious about some heavier kind of music, because when I started playing, of course, you start from the basics, so the chords, notes, and all that stuff. And after 4 years with my first teacher, I literally asked him, "Can you please show me some bands that play that heavy music, aggressive music?" And then the first band that he showed me was Megadeth and Angra. So I was like, okay, this is my thing. I like it. Yeah.
How you joined Angus McSix?
I joined Angus. It was right after COVID. I think it was 2022. Yeah, 2022. It was January. And the former singer, Thomas, sent me a message on Facebook, literally. And he was lucky that in that day, I was like, okay, let's open the spam folder of the messages. And there I found this message where he was asking me to join him in a band and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is a really lucky day. So I just replied to him. I was not having a band because it was COVID at the time. I left my previous band. And I was more than happy, of course, to join them. So we did the first videos in June of the same year. And then the year after we started playing. So that was the story.
How your experience as a guitar player in Angus McSix helps you now in Primal Fear?
Well, even if they're completely different bands, because one is fantasy power metal band, so with costumes and a story to tell, while Primal Fear is way more serious. It's like the band from the 90s that talks about serious problems, like not only internal problems that you have with yourself, but also with the community and people. I think that the years where I played in Angus helped me to grow on stage, especially on stage. So to be able to use the stage better, to interact more with all my band members, and to just be more active and interact more with the crowd too.
Can you join a famous metal band like Primal Fear only if you have your guitar-related YouTube channel? Or should you have any experience of working with a real metal band?
I think that for joining a band like Primal Fear, you should have some experience already on stage, touring and with bands. Because when I joined them last year, I just met Ralf at the festival here in Italy. We just talked, basically. And 1 month later, he called me, asking me to join the band. And of course, he talked with Matt first. And not only they noticed that I was having some videos on YouTube, not the best quality, but at least I have something there. But they also saw my progress during the years with tours, festivals, big stages, other bands. So I think that having some experience on stage definitely helps for joining a band like Primal Fear.
How you joined Primal Fear?
There you go. I was too quick. Yeah. Yeah. How I joined Primal Fear. I was at this festival in Italy, same festival where we played actually this year, Lupo nel Rock in Cremona. He was a guest for Gamma Ray. They played a show here and he was a guest. He sang, like 3 or 4 songs. And a friend of mine works in that festival and we were sharing a hotel room together. So we were walking in the back of the festival and he was like, okay, just wait for me here and I will say bye to my colleagues. And as soon as I turned, I was having Ralf, Scheepers and Kai Jansen behind me. And I was like, okay, don't act like a fanger. Just be nice. Be a normal person. Just talk like about whatever. And it was a nice chat. We kept each other in contact because he was flying back to Germany. And after 1 month, he asked me if he could call me. I was at the beach with a friend. I was on holiday. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'm not completely sober because, I'm on holiday, but you can call me, of course. And then he was like, yeah, we're changing the lineup. I talked with Matt too and with the other guys, and it would be nice if you join the band. And I was like, okay, if this is for real, you have to give me at least 1 day for thinking about it because it doesn't feel real. Like you're asking me to join the band without even like an audition or something. And not even 24 hours later, I was like, of course, I joined the band. So I joined the band in the end of August of last year. And then we started working on the album straight away. And I was done with the recordings in December. So it was pretty quick.
How was the guitar tone created for Primal Fear's new album, Domination?
Well, about this question, I'm sure that Magnus, the other guitarist, that is working with the band since a lot of years, he can answer way better than me because when I recorded my solos, I was just sending the DI, so the direct sound of my guitar, without any distortion or anything. He basically, what he tried to do was, of course, keeping the tone of Primal Fear, so the typical guitar sound that we all know from the old Primal Fear until the new, let's say, the modern Primal Fear, with, of course, a tiny bit of modern tones. So, like new plugins mixed with the old ones and stuff. But I didn't work on the tones. That was Magnus' works.
Can you please give any tips on recording guitars at the studio or at home studio when working on the album like you did for the Domination album?
Yeah, sure. As you already understood, I recorded everything from my home, literally here where I am now. I don't have that much of a big gear, actually. What I used are these headphones that I have now, that are, I think, studio headphones, and I think it's pretty old, like a really old audio card from Focusrite, where I just have 2 inputs. Like one is for the microphone and the other one is just for the guitar. And what I did first was sending the raw idea with a bit of distortion on it. So instead of connecting my guitar straight into the audio card, I used my pedal board from Helix as an audio card. So I could record my guitar already with distortion. If the idea was good and they liked it, so both Magnus and Matt, then I was putting my guitar straight into the audio card or with a really clean sound. So they could just have the raw file. So my raw guitar, literally you could hear the pick on the strings, and they could put the effect on it. So the distortions, and so on. And a good tip about recording is do it all over again until you're satisfied, until you feel that you did a good job, that everything is clean, that you can understand anything that you recorded, that you played, and don't get sad or frustrated if after the 5th take you don't have the solo or the riffs. Maybe you just need more takes, but at least 1 take will be fine. So just keep on pushing and you will have your recording done.
What guitar gear do you use for practicing guitar playing at home?
Yeah, so for practicing at home, I really keep it pretty easy. So I just plug the guitar in the amp I have here behind me. It's a small amp from Angle. I have a small one, and not because I wanted a small one, but because I was forced to have a small one, because here where I live, I cannot do too much noise. And I have the Fireball 25 and just one cone cabinet below it. And it's already pretty strong. Like I cannot put it higher than 3 as a volume. If not, all the windows will get broken. So I use already the distortion from the amp or the clean sound from the amp. I really like it. If not, if I'm looking for some more effects, I use or the pedal board from Primal Fear. That is the Camper player. It's the new player that Camper released a few months ago, or the Helix pedal board, the LT. That is like it's a big pedal board, but it's not as big as the floor one. Is the one tiny bit before. As for plugins, I really like the Neural DSP plugins, of course, but I have to say that I'm too used to using like actual pedal boards that I never tried to just play with plugins. So I just used the pedal boards so far, and I'm already finding myself pretty well because I have all the sounds and effects that I want in these pedal boards.
What guitar gear do you use on tour with Primal Fear? So in this case, do you use analog equipment or do you use Camper for touring with Primal Fear?
Yeah, we use Camper, and for like pedal board wise, we have the Camper player where we have all the sounds we need that are not too many, just rhythm, clean and lead guitar. Then next to it, we have the Shure wireless system. So we don't have to have a cable on stage for our guitars, but we have the wireless so we can move wherever we want. And then I have the power amp from Seymour Duncan that is basically doing the same job of a head of an amp, but it's really, really small. So in this way, it's way more easy to carry our gear around with way less weight, because literally this is how big everything looks like. Here I have everything I need for traveling, for playing, literally. And then 2 guitars, like the main guitar and the spare guitar. So that's my gear. And the angle cabinet, of course.
How were your guitar parts recorded for the Domination album? And in this case, did you record your guitar parts for each song part by part, or the whole take for a song at once?
When I recorded my solos, because that's the only thing I recorded in the Domination album, not even in every song, just in some songs that I think are like half of the album. So half songs of the album, I recorded the solos one track. I didn't split the solos in multiple parts. So I tried to record it full track. So not only it was easier for Magnus to put the sound into it, but also when you go to mastering and mixing, it's easier to work with a full track than having like a solo divided into pieces, because then you have to cut and glue everything and it's more messy. And also I prefer to work in that way. If I have to record something, I prefer to just record everything in one take. Only if I really need it, then I cut a tiny piece and record just that second. But in general, I record in one take and then I'm fine.
How much time do you practice before recording your guitar solos, and especially how much time did you practice playing guitar solos before recording for the Domination album?
Yeah, when I was recording those solos, I always tried to be as quick as possible, simply because I started working on them, I think it was the end of November, and I wanted to be done before Christmas, so I was not having that much time. I think I spent 3 days on each solo. So as soon as one solo was done, they were sending me another song to work on. And what I did first was just trying to come up with a random idea and then elaborate it until I liked it, send it over. And if they liked the idea, then I was just keeping on repeating it and practicing it for another full day. And then on the 3rd day, I was recording it because I was feeling that my hands were having the entire structure of the solo. So I think 3 days was spent for every solo.
how can people have private online guitar lessons with you?
Yeah, sure. Like anybody can have a lesson with me if they want to. They can find a lot of cool feedbacks on Fiverr, the platform for freelancers. Even if I'm moving quickly from that platform, like I will keep that platform for the feedbacks because I cannot move them in another spot. But they can contact me there, or they can contact me directly on Instagram as well, because my website, I'm preparing it. It should be done before the year ends, hopefully, if not beginning of next year. And they can contact me already through that website, my own website. But for now, they can contact me through Fiverr or my Instagram profile.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful interview. And I wish you all the success in the world, because I really like your work on Domination album, and I really like your YouTube channel. I subscribe to your YouTube channel and to your Instagram as well, of course. And I really like your work with Angus McSix, and you are a phenomenal guitar player. And you are very talented, and you are very hardworking, and you are well deserved your right in this case to play with Primal Fear, because Ralf Scheepers doesn't play with not so talented people, and he works only with the best ones. And you did a very phenomenal job about recording guitar solos for Domination album. And I really like the album because I have been listening to the album for 2 months already. It sounds amazing. It sounds super duper great. And I have maybe only one wish, to see you and Primal Fear in Russia, in St. Petersburg one day, especially right now after COVID. We don't have any often visitors like European metal bands in Russia due to political environment in the world right now. But I really hope to see you one day in St. Petersburg, and thank you so much for all of your hard work you are putting into guitar playing and the audio community, and you are a very phenomenal guitar player, and thank you so much for everything you do.
Thanks to you really for the beautiful words. Really, they mean so much for me, and we really hope to finally be able to come back to Russia. Like for me it would be the first time, but the band already went to Russia some years ago. So we really hope that all the circumstances will work good in favor for finally having a show in St. Petersburg in Russia, really. And thank you again for inviting me for this interview, really.